Andy here again, messing about with the diesel heaters in the garage. I did a similar video to this before with this setup. It's in my garage with the exhaust fumes being pumped into a normal small household radiator. A lot of people ask me what temperatures it got up to, and I didn't know. I didn't have the temperature gun then, but we've got one now, so I'm just going to add the temperatures today. So this is my setup. It's an 8 kilowatt Chinese diesel heater, originally designed to heat lorry cabs up. Really popular with camping, caravans, camper vans, and widely used in workshops, sheds and garages. So I've got the exhaust coming out the machine. That's the standard pipe. And it's just a temporary setup. I've used some of the inlet pipe. It's quite flimsy and flexible, and we've just got it straight into the radiator. There's no valve on there, so it's just going straight in and joined with a Jubilee clip. Yeah, it's just a small radiator. It was just a cheapo I got from the builders merchants just to try with this experiment. And then we're coming out the other side, straight out of the radiator with no valve. And then this is an extension pipe, really useful to get the extra length, going out the workshop and going out the hole in the wall that I put in the wall, because it's just like a wooden garage wall. So I put a piece of metal pipe surrounded with like about an inch of sand and cement. It's running off the little it's a 30 amp 12 volt power supply which goes into the mains, and then we're coming out of the garage wall with the exhaust pipe. Exhaust pipe doesn't really need to be that long, but I didn't want to cut the extension pipe down just for the sake of this experiment. Okay guys, we'll get this started. So you just give that a press for a couple of seconds, and it takes about, for those of you who don't know how to use one of you haven't got one of these, it takes about 2 or 3 minutes to warm up. There's a glow plug in there which has to get hot, so it heats the diesel or kerosene up, and then there's a little like a diesel pump in the back there. When the glow plug gets hot, you'll hear the pump start ticking in the back there. For those of you that haven't come across these diesel heaters before, they're fantastic. And please have a look at my other videos. I've got one of these heating my house up. It's pumping hot air through this pipe, through a hole in the wall, and it's heating my house up. So this is the control panel anyway. You'll see that's on 9 degrees. It's on setting 3. It goes up to setting 6, which gives you the full 8 kilowatts. I don't have it on 6 very often, nor the other one in the house. There you go. You can just hear the pump pulsing away there. This is how they start up, and then you get a bit of a roar as the diesel lights, and then you should see some heat come out of it. Okay, so the heat's just started. It's a lovely bit of heat coming out the main machine itself. So the radiator started off, all the metal, the pipes, the exhaust and the radiator was 17 degrees when we first started, and straight away that corner has gone up to 28 degrees, and obviously it would hit that part of the radiator first. There you go, that's really That's really getting hot. You can't touch that part of the radiator with your hand. That's really getting hot now. I've just touched it with my hands. It's quite warm at the top. It's more warm at the top. Very hot down the bottom, and there's a bit of a cooler spot in the middle there. I mean, I don't know the flow of these radiators, whether most of the exhaust gases might be just passing straight through there. Might be more effective, say going diagonal through the radiator. You might get a bit more benefit from the exhaust gases. The exhaust pipe coming out of the radiators, it's warm, you can touch it, so we are taking quite a bit of the heat out of the exhaust gases by using the radiator, obviously. Okay, by the time we come outside with the exhaust gases, we've taken a lot of heat out of that exhaust. Before the radiator was on it, this would get very hot out here. And look at that condensation coming out. There was nothing coming out before we put the radiator through the exhaust gases. So all that's coming is because of the radiator. I mean, there was no water in the radiator to start with, absolutely bone dry. So it's not due to water that was in there to start with that's burning off. This is due to the gases going through it. Okay guys, so it's been on about just over 10 minutes. There's the temperature, that's the hottest corner of the radiator. Doesn't make sense. But in that corner of the radiator there, it's actually starting to tarnish the paintwork of the radiator. It's so hot. In the middle, it's a little bit cooler than the top. The top's quite nice warmth for a radiator, but the bottom is probably too hot. I mean, you can't touch that part of the exhaust pipe, and you can't touch the radiator down the bottom. When you get to there, with the exhaust coming out of the radiator, you can touch all that. So we are taking the heat out of it, and we're releasing it. We're using it. We're taking it away from the gases. I've got a 2 kilowatt convection heater in the house. And I don't think it puts as much heat out as that is giving out there. So, I mean, I think we're making at least 1 kilowatt of heat, maybe up to 2 kilowatts there. And that heat that's coming out of the exhaust pipe there and going through that garage wall, that would have been gone. It would have been gone out into the garden. All that energy would have been wasted. You'd never see it again. The radiator started off at about 17 degrees. Look at that. see where the heat is. I'd like to try this on like one of those big old school radiators, you know, the type you'd find in a church, big cast iron one. That'd be interesting. I'd like to find out more about the flow inside these radiators. If anyone knows, maybe you could comment. Because I imagine most of that heat is just going straight through the bottom there, and like I said, maybe going through diagonal would be more beneficial to us. Okay, back outside. I mean, that's barely warm, and it would have been. You couldn't have touched it before. And there's that steam still coming out. See here, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the radiator is slightly tarnished, slightly yellowed on that corner. I don't know what heat they're like designed to take and how long it would last. I don't know, doing something like this more permanently. So we've been doing this for about 20-25 minutes now. The heat in here is up to 15 degrees. I've got the garage door open actually on the back, so we're losing some heat there, but these little heaters are fantastic, and they use barely any fuel. Running mine on kerosene, as I said, it's £1.15 a litre, and they're really good, these little machines. They don't take a lot at all. With these, if you didn't know, you're not familiar with the machines, they do need a 12 volt power supply. You can either run them off a 12 volt battery or one of those like I've got there, a 12 volt power supply converter. Okay. That's still climbing. It's all still climbing. I just wonder when it will stop, what it will stop at, what will happen. Now I've got the machine, as I said, it's on setting 3. It goes up to number 6. Should we do it? Should we put it on number 6, see what happens? Someone asked me to put it on number 6 on the last time I'd done this experiment, and I was too scared to, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for you. There you go. We've gone up to number 6. You'll hear the heater start to get a bit more noisy. The pump starts going faster, and we'll see what this temperature does. Can't blow up, can it? Showing 50 degrees there. 51. Can't believe that. That's got to melt. That's got to start having a problem there. A lot more condensation coming out with it turned up. Still, the exhaust pipe coming out of the radiator, you can still touch it. Look at that. I mean, that's going up to like 57 there. I'm surprised that those little pieces of the inlet pipe have held out. They're only just like an aluminium type of metal. They're not meant for that. I'm surprised they've kept going actually through this. This is only temporary. It just shows they will work. And I don't know how long the radiator's gonna stand this really. You can't touch it in that corner. No way. Look at that. You wanted temperatures, I've given to you. Been on for about half an hour now. I mean, I think I'm getting accurate readings from the temperature gun on the radiator. I don't know if it gives it on this shiny surface, because that's only showing 29. It's much hotter than that. So I think it's the material. It's quite it's like a shiny reflective surface. I don't think that's working. But that is. I don't get a feeling that the heater's struggling. I don't think there's enough of a restriction from the exhaust gases from the radiator that's slowing the flow down enough to upset the heater. That doesn't seem a problem, and it is on full power now. That is hot. I mean, if you was going to do a more permanent version of this, you'd have to be really careful of the where you mount the radiator, these pipes and the wall. Obviously there's a risk of something burning there. It's all about this bottom corner really. You know, I did this experiment as just as an experiment really. I wasn't really expecting to get much from it. Would it work? Would it be usable? I didn't think so, but I could actually see that setup almost staying exactly like that. Obviously these little flexi pipes, you'd have to change them, but that would work in this or another very similar situation in a workshop or garage. I don't know about in the home, because I can see, you know, it's going to burn your wallpaper to start with, but in a similar situation to this, or maybe a different kind of radiator, freestanding, you know, it could work. And that's free energy. We're getting energy. That is, no one can say that's not free. It would have been going out the exhaust pipe and out into the garden. You wouldn't see it again. .77 I think is the highest I saw that go. go. I mean that corner is slightly tarnished. It's got no worse. You still touch that. Just about. And there you go, guys. The little drain hole is doing its job. I never saw water come out of that before, but that's its job, to let the condensation out, and it is doing exactly that. There's no stopping in that though. That's always going to be like that, I think. It's not hurting. Now you can do one more temperature check. Yeah, that changes. Turn this down a little bit now. I think we've done enough there. The heater's done its job again. They're a great tool. Yeah, that noise has changed. It's just on setting 2 now. We had that on 6 a minute ago, which was fun. Quite noisy, aren't they? When on full power. But I've got another one, as I said, heating the house up, and that's outside. I'll quickly show you that. It's outside the house, and so we don't get any noise inside. Okay guys, I can't resist showing you this. This is my other heater, which I've got heating the house up. There you go, that's what's inside the box. Exactly as the one in the garage. It's got the 12 volt power supply. You can run it off a 12 volt battery if you want, but I prefer this setup. And there's the pipe pumping the heat through a hole in the wall there, and the exhaust coming out. This has been on all day. I've had it all day on every day for like the last couple of months, and the kerosene just goes down. I'm probably putting 2 or 3 litres of kerosene in this every day, and we're heating the house up with that. So that's heating like a 4-bedroom semi-detached house up, which is not fantastically insulated for just three odd pounds a day. So that's where the wires go in the house through the wall. There's 2 wires. One is the control panel, and the other is the power wire to from the electric power supply. One of the best things I've done this is it's saved a lot of money, and it will continue to do so, like next year when the cold weather starts again. Okay, so we're inside the house now. There's the box with the heater in it, and all we've got in here is a vent from the heater through a 4-inch hole in the wall. We've got the control panel, and then we've got a wire going to the mains for the 12-volt power adapter. It's just on setting 2. That's all I put it on. It pumps hot air into the house all day during the winter, and the hot air rises upstairs, so it's heating the whole house up, and we've got the central heating turned off. So please have a look at my other videos. There's a more in-depth video of this heater for you to see. So we're back in the garage with the radiator. Apart from a bit of a slight tarnishing on the radiator, everything stayed standing up. Even this little like plasticky valve here didn't melt, and there's like a little a rubber thing there, and that hasn't melted. It all seems to be still intact. Also the pipes haven't really gone wrong or deteriorated. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you coming to watch my little channel, and please give me some comments, let me know what you think, and if you're doing a similar experiment yourself, please let me know how you're getting on. So yeah, thanks very much. Please like and subscribe. Bye guys.